The Lord becomes your friend and helper. Bani. Wherever you worship the Lord, there he becomes your friend and helper. By Guru's grace, the Lord comes to dwell in your mind. He cannot be obtained in any other way. This is the Bani of Guru Ram Das, the fourth Guru of the Sikhs. He says that the Lord's help and grace flow to us according to the purpose, the concentration, and the love with which we offer our worship. What does Guru Ram Das tell us further? If anyone does the devotion with some ulterior motive, they will gain nothing. Once we are put on the true path by the Guru, and when we worship the Lord with full faith and love, then, wherever I look, I see the merciful Lord who is compassionate on the poor ones. The Lord dwells within your heart, and wherever you may choose to sit in his remembrance, he will shower his grace upon you. You do not need to go to the jungles or other secluded places to find the Lord. He is the very support of this body. He is the power that supports the entire creation. So where should you look for him? As long as you have the idea that you must go in search of him, as long as you think he is something other than yourself, you will go on seeking him and will remain separate from him. As long as the feeling of duality is present, there can be no meeting between you and the Almighty Lord. The Guru unites you with oneness. When he connects you with the one Sat Nam, he tells you how to do contemplation. He explains all the practices to you. When you adopt this method, when you unite with the Shabad and become the form of Shabad, when you perform the meditation with faith according to the Guru's instruction, then wherever you look, you will see only the Lord. Bani. Collect the wealth of the Lord, O brother. He says you should fill the treasure chest of your heart with the wealth of the Lord's Nam Simran. That wealth will help you now. It will come to your aid as you proceed along the path, and at your end time, it will unite you with the Lord. He dwells within your heart. He is all-seeing and all-knowing. What can you hope to gain by abandoning such a Lord? What benefit can you acquire through going to the outer temples, bathing at the places of pilgrimage, and observing the fasts? Outwardly you may be fasting, but inwardly your stomach is begging for food. This is no fast. Nowadays, on Shivaratri, many people keep an all-night vigil in honor of Shiva called Jagran. 5 times they perform the Arti ceremony. They fast all night and partake only of a very light meal of fruit, and they go on singing bhajans late into the night. The next day everyone thinks, I observed the fast all night long. Now I will eat today's meal and yesterday's also. This cannot be called devotion. This cannot be called observing Shivaratri. Shiva is the form of light, and Ratri, or nighttime, is full of darkness. So when the darkness of night falls, you should stay awake in the light of the Lord, because darkness is the form of ignorance. To perform the true Shivaratri, you must always remain awake and alert in order to dispel the darkness and ignorance of Maya. If you spend one night out of the whole year singing bhajans, clashing cymbals, beating the mridang, and plucking the veena, this cannot be called Shivaratri. This is all just outer show. Many people keep the vigil. They don't eat one bite of food, and 5 times during the night they perform the arti. But the next morning at breakfast, they eat a double portion of everything to make up for the night before. What can come of all this hollow display? Nothing at all. Bani. The Lord will be your friend in this world and the next. Collect the wealth of Simran and Nam in your heart. Then whether you are walking or moving about, whether you are awake or asleep, the Lord is ever ready to come to your aid. That conscious power will be your protector. This is the wealth of the Lord. And no matter how much wealth the Lord bestows, it never decreases. It always goes on increasing. The thieves cannot take it away. Fire cannot burn it up. Water cannot drown it. That wealth is not affected by any of these things. Whoever collects this wealth is the most fortunate being. The Lord showers his grace and unites the devotee's heart with the Nam, Bani. In the company of truth, earn the wealth of the Lord. Therefore, he says, in order to collect the wealth of the Lord, join the congregation of satsang. There is such power in the company of truth that if you spend one moment in the satsang, if one sentence from the satsang takes root in your heart, then your wanderings in the cycle of birth and death will come to an end. Understand that place as satsang, where the one Nam is spoken of. Satsang is the place where the glory of the one Nam is described. The letters Akar, A, Ukar, U, and Makar, M, make up the sacred syllable Om, or Onkar. But the one Nam lies beyond Onkar. Satsang is the place where the praise of that one Nam is sung. In the satsang, we learn how to discern truth from untruth in our heart. Until we come into the satsang, what can we achieve? We will lack the right understanding. Therefore, Tulsidas Ji tells us, there is no place of pilgrimage equal to the satsang, but understanding comes only through the Lord's grace. No place of pilgrimage is equal to the satsang. Only the satsang can remove the dirt of the mind. When the mind is cleansed of all impurities, it ceases to wander. And when the mind becomes motionless, then that inner power pulls it upward automatically. Therefore, he tells us that it is difficult to understand the satsang without the Guru's grace. The Guru gives the discourse for a couple of hours, and you come and listen. But what do you gain from the satsang? After the satsang, you get up and brush away the words of the satsang when you dust off your clothes. You don't take anything with you when you leave, and you return home empty-handed. You should think this over carefully. When you attend the satsang, you should leave the thoughts of your home behind. You should lose all awareness of your body and mind. They should become quiet and still. But now when you are listening to the satsang, your mind is already waiting at the bus stand. You remember your home and think, I need to reach home quickly. The time is up. Satsang should be over by now. In this way, you remain unchanged. You return home the same as when you left. Only a few rare ones keep the words of the satsang in their hearts. Even when they go to the bus stop, catch the bus for home, their minds do not take on the world's color. Only a few rare ones remain engaged in the Simran of Nam and go on singing the Lord's praise. Everyone else attends satsang with their minds full of the worldly things, and when satsang is over, they have nothing to show for the time they spent there. Bani. You cannot collect this wealth by any other means. You cannot obtain it anywhere else. There is no other method, there is no other practice. Nothing other than satsang can awaken the love of the Lord in your within. You will gain nothing from pilgrimages to Varanasi or Kashmir or even to Rameshwar. It is only the power of satsang that can awaken the soul. Bani. The trader in the Lord's jewels purchases this wealth from the Lord. Only a few rare devotees, the ones who have done the Simran of the Lord's Nam and have acquired the wealth of inner experience, can purchase those jewels. Nowadays, only a few people are truthful in their outer business dealings. Most people buy and sell on the black market, which is also called the thieves' bazaar. Similarly, only the rare devotees, those who remember the Lord's name, can purchase that spiritual wealth and fill up the shop of their heart. Everyone else is involved in the business of falsehood. No matter how much money you may obtain through outer dealings, none of it will go with you at the time of death. This body that you are enjoying is formed from earth and will go back to earth when the soul departs. And what use is a heap of dirt to anyone? While we have the human body, we should take care of our responsibilities. It is not correct for us to sit around the house in idleness, thinking that whatever the Lord wants done, He will accomplish Himself without our effort. We should perform our duties, but along with doing our worldly work, we should also be engaged in the Simran of the Lord. Just as your mind is now absorbed in Maya, absorb it in the Lord instead. Now our thoughts are engaged in the things of Maya, but we need to change that direction. We should do our worldly work with our hands, while in our within, our thoughts remain engrossed in the remembrance of the Lord. Bani. But the trader in cheap glass deals in empty words and does not acquire this wealth. The traders in colored glass may outwardly look like the real devotees. They may be satsangis. They may have taken the nam. But even after being initiated for many years, still they have not progressed. They are showing one thing outside, but within they are something different. They are trading in inferior goods and are still stuck fast in duality. They cannot buy that wealth of the Lord, who is the form of oneness. Bani. At the ambrosial hour, the Lord distributes His wealth of gems, precious stones, and rubies. The Lord's devotees become absorbed in the love of the Lord. What is the best time to purchase the jewels and gold and gems of that all-conscious Nam? He tells us at the Amrit Vela, the ambrosial hour. When is the Amrit Vela? A day is divided into 8 watches of 3 hours each. From 6 to 9 in the evening, everyone is awake. The indulgent ones stay awake from 9 to 12. From 12 to 3, the thieves are up and doing their work. And from 3 to 6, the yogis are awake and alert. Those who sleep past 3 o'clock and lay snoring, like Kumbhakarna, cannot be called sadhus. Even though they have taken the Nam initiation, still they remain a pawn of the mind. But we must be on duty at our post, whether the mind takes to it or not. We resolve to wake up in the early morning, but in our within, our past karmas are so strong that the mind does not allow us to shake off sleep. If we do manage to wake up, then the mind tells us, it's 3 o'clock now, I won't be able to sit from 3 to 6, let's wait and get up at 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, you do a little bit of Simran lying down, and while you are repeating the Simran, you drift back to sleep and don't get up till 6. Then you have some idli and dosa, drink your coffee, and go to work. You say you have meditated, but the Lord is not pleased with this kind of meditation. Such a meditator is a satsangi in name only. A true satsangi is one whose attention is always connected to the true Nam, day and night. So, for this reason, the saints and Mahatmas call this early morning time as the Amrit Vela, the time of nectar, because during those precious hours the Lord distributes Amrit to His devotees. He goes from house to house, making His devotees drink this intoxicating beverage. But those who give up their inner sound and become lost in the outer sound of snoring, who will offer them any nectar? Bani. At the Amrit Vela, the devotees of the Lord plant the seed of the Lord's wealth. They feast on the harvest. They spend that wealth, but it is never exhausted. No matter how much of that harvest the devotee may eat, it never runs short. No matter how much of that wealth they may spend, still that wealth can never be exhausted. There is never any lack. Bani. In this world and the next, the devotees who collect the wealth of the Lord are praised. Walking and moving about, eating and drinking, sleeping and waking, do all your work remembering the name of the Lord. You don't have to give up your worldly work. You don't have to run away to the forest. You don't have to endure hunger. You don't need to observe fasts or offer formulaic prayers. This practice is an internal one. Your thoughts that are now involved constantly in Maya and the outer world need to be turned inwardly towards the contemplation of the Lord. Once Bulleh Shah went to his guru and asked, Maharaj Ji, how does one meet the Lord? The guru was transplanting onion seedlings at the time. When you are raising onions, first you plant the seeds, and when they grow up into seedlings, then you separate and transplant them. So the Guru replied to his devotee, "There is nothing to meeting the Lord. Just uproot your attention from this side and transplant it on the other side. Just pull up the small onion plants that have sprouted and replant them on the other side. There is nothing more to it. When you withdraw your thoughts from outside and concentrate them inside, the Lord stands ready to receive you." Bani. The Lord is without fear. His wealth is eternal and unchanging. The Nam of the Lord is one, eternal, self-existing, and unchangeable. It does not take birth, it does not die. It is the same now and forevermore. When the potter molds an earthen pot, that pot is hollow inside. The pot is filled with empty space, and when the potter breaks the pot, that empty space is not destroyed. When the pot is broken, that space set within is free. In the same way, the Lord is present in all the bodies, no matter how many may exist, no matter how many pots and pitchers the potter molds. Each one is hollow, each is filled with empty space, and when any pot is broken, that space does not go away. It is liberated and remains as it was before. In the same way, the soul is all-pervading. It lies beyond all and dwells within all. When our body dies, our soul does not die. It sheds that body, nothing more. The pot breaks, but the space that fills it remains unchanged. Bani. This wealth cannot be burned by fire, drowned by water, or snatched away by thieves. Even the angels of death cannot destroy it. The wealth of the Nam is the form of truth. It cannot be destroyed by fire or water or wind. It cannot be taken away by thieves. At our end time, it is the true Nam that liberates us from the cycle of birth and death. The true name is Sat Nam. Outwardly, many people recite Sat Nam, Sat Nam. But the true name is not merely outer words. It is the unstruck melody resounding in our within. Guru Amar Das tells us, "Those who close the outer 9 doors and fix their attention within dwell in their own home at the 10th door. There, the unstruck melody of the Shabad reverberates day and night. Through the Guru's teachings, the Shabad is heard." That unstruck melody is called Sat Nam, and the angels of death cannot come near it. Bani. Thieves cannot come near the Lord's wealth. Yama can levy no tax on it. The Yamdoots, the angels of death, run away in fear. Now when we people try to bring merchandise from other countries across the border, the customs officials detain us. "Wait, you are bringing in foreign goods?" But if we are not carrying anything with us, then what can the customs officials do? They say, "Go right ahead, you are free to pass." In the same way, if we try to take thoughts of this world with us at our end time, then the angels of death will seize us. "Hold on there, my friend. What do you think you are doing, bringing these worldly goods along with you?" They will beat us and toss us back into the wheel of transmigration. Bani. The worldly people commit sins and gather in their poisonous wealth, but it will not go with them for even one step into the beyond. He says, the worldly person is called a manmukh. Throughout his entire life, the manmukh has only earned the wealth of the worldly pleasures. If you ask someone how many children they have, some people might even say 21. To have 21 children, you would need 2 wives, one with 10 children and one with 11. So after you have enjoyed all those pleasures of the world, when the noose of sins is placed around your neck and you have to give up your life, do you think the angels of death will spare you? They will say, "You are full of sins. You are not fit for another human birth." After giving you countless sufferings in the hells, they will throw you back into the cycle of birth and death. Bani. The worldly people become distressed as this world slips away through their hands. In the world hereafter they find no shelter in the court of the Lord. Day and night you earned only the sins, and that noose of sins is placed around your neck at the time of death. You are wrenched out of the body, and you have to suffer the beatings of the angels of death. And afterward you will be sent back as a dog, a cat, a mouse, or an insect or worm, or even as grass or old dry straw. Bani. O saints, the Lord himself distributes this wealth. Whoever receives that blessing gathers it up and carries it away with them. He says that the wealthy banker, the benefactor who distributes the Lord wealth, is the Lord himself. How can you obtain this wealth? If the saint is gracious on you, then he will teach you the method to conduct this business. Sell the goods at this rate, procure your stock by this method, etc. And when you carry on your business according to the teachings of the Satguru, then you will earn the profit. Bani. The wealth of the Lord is never exhausted. The Guru has given this understanding to the servant Nanak. There is never any shortage in this business. You can never suffer loss. Therefore, he says, my preceptor Guru Nanak Dev Ji has shown me this path, and I have become fearless. My storehouse is filled to bursting with his wealth. Some people praise you, some people criticize you. You do not achieve greatness through other people's praise, and you are not diminished through other people's criticism. These people are criticizing and praising others based on their own understanding and motives. Therefore, shun their company.